So what's going on, guys? The truck guy here. Today I wanted to get back to you with another unboxing and review, and today I wanted to review the STANLEY compact fixed blade folding utility knife. If you're into tools, knives, and tackling jobs around the house and yard, please check out my channel and hit that subscribe button, guys. Alright guys, so we'll go ahead and get the STANLEY knife out of the packaging here. And it looks like it comes with one blade. So STANLEY's not being overly generous with us, but they're hooking us up with one blade. And it looks like the blade may be up here in the top of the packaging, because I don't see it in the knife. So we've got to get the blade out of the packaging here, and usually you don't see it wrapped up this way, guys. Usually it's just in the knife or kind of right behind the knife there. We'll set the packaging aside. And we'll go ahead and fold in our STANLEY knife to start. And overall, out of the packaging, guys, and in the hand, it feels good. It feels really compact, and I actually like the feel of this a little better than some of the other compact knives that I've reviewed, because it really, you can hold this right in your palm, guys. It feels really compact in the hand, and it's got that nice metal body. So, you know, unlike some of the DeWalt knives, this metal feels good. It doesn't feel like a cheap metal, so I think it's going to hold up overall fairly well. It's got a good feel to it overall. It's got the lanyard loop on the back there with, if you guys can see that, not too much space, but a good amount of space to get, you know, a tie in there, a lace in there, however you like to carry these. And then it's got the belt clip on the back, and that's not overly tight, guys, not as tight as some of the Milwaukee's, but that's going to hold in your pocket pretty well. Definitely not a bad belt clip on there. And then the knife is going to fold out, and it looks like it's got a liner lock here, if you guys can see that. A little liner lock on the inside, and you can throw that liner lock to the side and then fold the knife in. It does not lock down, and it doesn't really click either. It just kind of, you know, sets in there. So I'm not a huge fan of that feature. I kind of like, there's a soft click when it's folded out, but really you just kind of press the knife in. So not, you know, I kind of like that reassurance of hearing that click, or at least that, you know, that indication that the knife is shut. So not overly distinguishable here on the STANLEY when it's kind of partially open or fully closed. So not a huge fan of that, but it does seem to, the liner lock seems to work overall fairly well. And again, you know, I don't think that's the strongest liner lock I've seen. You know, probably not the biggest fan of this liner lock, but I think overall it's going to do the job for you. And then it's got the quick change with the button, and the button feels good, guys. Maybe you can see that. It's black on black, so a little hard to see. But the button feels good, and it pops right out. Some of the issues I've faced with the Husky blades is, you know, that button really doesn't press in and out that easily, so it can be a little tough to tell when that button's engaged or not. So let's go ahead and get our one blade out of the packaging here and get it popped in to our STANLEY compact folding utility knife. So it looks like a nice STANLEY blade, so we can't complain there. We'll press that button in on the knife and see if we can slide in our blade. And that slides in really nicely, guys. I'm really impressed with the way that slides in. You know, honestly, some of the quick change knives that I review, I just do not like that feature because the button can be a little finicky, and this is a real issue, guys. You know, I'm not just talking about this in the review for no reason. Some of these buttons on the quick change, they're really a mess. And one of the ones that I found that I really didn't like was on this Husky knife. The button just really did not work well. It kind of pressed in, and then when you engage, it presses out. You know, it's just not a high quality button. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing here from Stanley with their quick change. I really think they knocked it out of the park with this button, so I really like that feature, guys. And once I've got the blade in there, this feels really compact in the hand. You know, this is one of the nicer compact utility knives that I've reviewed. It's got quick change, it feels really good in the hand, and it's really compact. I haven't seen a compact knife like this that feels as good in the hand. And the other thing I'm really liking, guys, is the angle of this knife. You know, something I've noticed with kind of even the upgraded Classic 99, and this is a knife that I really like, guys, but even if you're cutting up boxes, if you're cutting up something else, you know, you've got to keep that angle with your hand to get that downward pressure on whatever surface you're working on. What I like on this compact knife is you've got a partial angle to start, so you know you've already got that downward angle just from your grip on the knife. So I think Stanley did it right with this compact knife, guys. This is really rising to the top of my favorite compact utility knives, and honestly, guys, it's probably near the top for just best overall utility knife. This is a great find. I'm really surprised this isn't in stores at Home Depot, or at least I can't find it in any stores that I go to. I had to pick it up online, but just shy of $6, guys. This is a knife that you should absolutely go out and get. If you like Stanley and they're a really high quality brand, check out this knife, and I would encourage Stanley to get this knife in stores because I think it's going to sell well. There's not too many compacts at Home Depot, so I think this is really going to be up there. I think it's better than the Milwaukee. I think it's right up there with the Husky. I think it probably surpasses the Husky compact knife. So I think the one thing that I might encourage Stanley to do with this knife is, you know, maybe have a lockdown feature, or at least, you know, a better indication of when that knife is fully pressed down. And you know, the one other thing I'm kind of noticing is, you know, maybe having some kind of thumb stud here might be helpful, because you can kind of get it with one hand, but you know what I really like with the liner locks is, you know, if they've got that thumb stud or thumb disc or at least something to press here, you can get that blade up with one hand and then you can throw it down with that liner lock, and it just really feels nice. So I think those are the two things that I would point out to Stanley on this knife just to improve the knife. But I think Stanley knocked it out of the park. Stanley has a tendency to do so with their utility knives, is really do a good job. I think this is another winner, and for just under $6, you've got a great knife here, guys. So that's it, guys. Please hit me up with a like or subscribe if you can, and as always, we'll talk to you on the next video.